Hey everybody, we're back with more Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, featuring our good buddy ChanceEm Gaming.
Hey,
Give ChanceEm Gaming a shout out while nobody's here.
oh, I feel so loved.
That's great,
So
there we go.
loved.
And there we go, nobody will watch you now.
Amazing.
Alright, let's do this. Like, we don't need to see that opening again, we have seen that so many times.
Are you sure? Are you sure we've actually seen it so many times?
I mean, let's
What
be
is
fair.
this? Like,
This is session 16.
I was about to make a joke and say, what is this? Like session 3?
I mean, to be fair, it's not like, I like the atmosphere the opening gives you, but it's not like the music is super enjoyable like either of the DDS openings.
Oh, there's something to be said about atmospheric music, though, versus, like, I guess music that kind of gets you pumped, so to speak.
I wouldn't say Nocturne's opening gets me pumped.
Yeah, but it does set the mood of, like, what you're going into.
Oh, it really does. Like, I imagine DDS 2 if it actually showed you Surf wandering through the desert. Where's the music it'd work with? Honestly, that still kind of pisses me off. Because, like, DDS 1 ends with that. And it's like, oh yeah, Surf wandering through the desert alone. DDS 2 opens, is like, yeah, no, Surf wandered through the desert off screen. Fine.
Yeah, it's like, oh, surprise, you're in a building now. It's like, what?
Alright. Third Kalpa.
Honestly, the like cloak he has when he's wandering through the desert areas is kind of nice, and it's like, oh, that would have been kind of a cool thing, but
Character redesigns for the sequel in this series? No. You're gonna take Mitsuru wearing a fur coat and you're gonna like it.
What was it in Persona 4 Arena? It was a fur coat and like basically like the spandex cat suit, wasn't it?
Pretty much. Which, to be fair, was not as bad as Akihiko.
Akihiko apparently wrestled a bear from the looks of it.
It's like his was shirtless with a long tattered cape.
Yeah, but he also didn't he have like scars on his chest or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I always got. It's like that was my first impression from him. I'm like, what'd you do? Like punch a bear or something? It's like, what is that?
Like, oh, I didn't realize this was Tekken. Alright, so the way these doors work in the Third Kalpa, there's 3 types. They'll open based on the Magatama that you've mastered.
Oh.
Yo, Lino,
Now
my
that's
boy!
Hey, Lino.
How you doing, Lino? Good to see you, buddy. You ready for some dungeon crawling? Can you believe I used to not like dungeon crawlers?
How dare you?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I get that, because, like, when I was younger, I actually didn't enjoy grinding in JRPGs, surprisingly enough. It's like, the one thing that you do a lot in JRPGs, and young me was like, I love JRPGs, but I hate grinding. And now that I'm older, I'm just like, you know what? Grinding is actually fun.
I think it's really just a case of, the battle systems. The battle system is what makes grinding fun or not. I'm doing okay, Lena. How you doing, ChanceEm?
I'm doing pretty okay. Like, today has treated me rather nicely so far.
This feels like boss music. I mentioned before how I think Persona 4's boss music is kind of weak.
I don't think you have mentioned it before, at least not in, like, immediate memory for me.
Like, I like I'll Face Myself as a piece, like the non-battle piano piece. Great. Love it. It's a fantastic piece. I think as the boss theme version is really weak. I'm sorry, I was not paying attention. Can you repeat that?
I didn't actually say anything.
I'm sorry about this, Soul.
Oh.
I was not paying attention. Where death conquers death and fire lights the darkness.
Words of the beginning shall be spoken. Interesting.
Dark depths where even death may die.
Huh.
That's Lovecraft, actually. The dark depths where even death may die. Visually, this Kalpa is a lot more visually oppressive than the previous two. I'm a little girly man. With my 33
It's like,
strength.
yeah, it's like, you're just a little girly man. I'm like, do you see our stats?
It's like, yeah, no,
We have
not
been
being able to
making-
go through magic doors? Fair enough. Well, you want to talk about punching shit?
Or vitality. They're both, like, neck and neck.
Oh, yeah. Meanwhile, look.
Who needs luck, though?
My experience, there's no such thing as luck. I'm right, it is.
It's like, it better be. We've been working the strength boner, you know?
Ah, yes. The boner that gives you strength.
Alright there, Hikawa.
The boner even God fears. You know, boner used to mean, like, snake.
Yeah.
There's that one comic, that one really old Batman comic. Joker's
Or,
talking
like,
about everybody laughing at his boner.
Yeah. Everyone's laughing at Batman's boner.
Oh no, it's laughing at Joker's boner, so Joker's plan is to make Batman have a boner. So they'll laugh at his boner instead.
Kinky.
I mean, to be fair, like, no hint of a joke, that is basically what Joker later became. Kinda kinky for Batman. I really don't like the the push for a romantic subtext between Batman and Joker.
You heard it here, everyone. Chrono wants there to be more Batman and Joker slash.
Well, it's been a while since you've digging, hasn't it?
Yeah. I always have to do something to, like, just dig a little bit more down into that hole.
Attraction!
Gotta love that. It's like anti-physical shield. Get hit with a physical attack. Instantly kill the opponent. It's like amazing.
You better fucking believe that's happened to me. I ever tell you the story about how I killed myself fighting a doppelganger in Strange Journey?
I don't think you have.
Strange Journey, doppelgangers reflect physical. And I went into a battle with a doppelganger with auto battle turned on.
Ooh. That's painful.
Yeah, speaking of like used to not like dungeon crawls, like Strange Journey's what really changed that.
What kind of pushed you to enjoy them more?
Pretty much, like Strange Journey spends like 40 minutes setting up its opening, which is pretty substantial for a DS game.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time I get to the dungeon crawling gameplay, like I'm invested in the story. And I hadn't played it. I'd played Devil Survivor before that. I hadn't played any other SMT, so the entire idea it set forth was really new to me. To be fair, though, Strange Journey's ideas are pretty unique even for the series.
Strange Journey is one that I still need to play, and I really need to get on the ball of getting the 3DS SMT titles because the eShop is basically going down next year from the sounds of everything. And I know that's only going to push the price of physical copies up more.
Yeah, Soul Hackers is already like stupid expensive.
I at least still have that. Still sealed, by the way.
Nice.
One of those things of like, I want to play it, but I'm terrified of opening it at this point.
Oh yeah.
It's like, oh, I feel like I should probably just buy a digital copy at this point, because I'm like, oh god, that's still sealed.
I really need to sit down and some proper time into Soul Hackers.
The collector's dilemma. It's like, I want to play you. I want to display you. But you have value.
Did I ever tell you about my copy of Dragon Quest VI?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. There was a little Jack Frost there.
Oberon was the one that was strong against physical.
I think so.
Yeah, because Titania was the one that was weak to physical. Oh, hello.
Or not. Goodbye, fairy boy.
But yeah, for those who don't know, I found Dragon Quest VI for the DS, Realms of Reverie, out in the wild, fully sealed for £6. So I bought it, took it home, and opened it.
And wasn't it Bane that was like, why?
Yeah, Bane wasn't happy about that. It's like it was fully sealed and everything, like the official Nintendo sealing.
Oh damn!
It was like I wanted to play it. I didn't buy
Dragon
Quest 6 to not play it.
Very fair.
You know what the funny part really is, though?
I
played it for like 5 minutes.
That is like the ultimate fuck you.
It's honestly
like,
just the problem I have.
It's like I bought this completely sealed game that is worth a lot of money, and I played it for 5 minutes. I get that. I do totally get that, and that's like a part of the reason why I'm kind of like terrified of opening my copy of Soul Hackers. Oh boy, I just saw that message.
Yeah, but you didn't think we'd be seeing that down here.
Gotta wonder. It's like, why are they flickering in the Kalpa?
Yeah, because we know where the other 2 fiends are. The other 3 fiends. Did we take out Pale Rider? Do we still have a candelabrum?
I don't know if we took out Pale Rider. I can't remember.
We must have done, because we placed 3 riders.
Alright then.
So this candelabrum must have been Pale's.
Alright then.
Which means all that's left outside is Mother Harlot and Trumpeter.
Dun dun dun. Oh hi. A
So it's
being
like,
made of, like, sunlight. Oh, shit, it is! It's Amaterasu!
I only played Okami for about an hour.
Speaking of games that, like, people are like, you should play it, and we've only played them for, like, less than... I don't know where I was going with that sentence, but basically no time at all.
Did we all just void whatever Amaterasu just did?
I think? Oh, I guess that's kind of like the... Oh, well, bye then. I was like, well, you gotta... It, like, missed that one attack, and then the next one was just like, goodbye.
Ah, the Yatagarasu. Three-legged raven. Join me or die. Alright.
It's okay, you're gonna die, I guess.
Yeah, I forgot you can't recruit demons in the labyrinth.
It's like, womp womp.
Wah, wah. Okay, point two. I really should put a point in vitality, actually. It's like, it's 3 points lower than strength.
What?
Like, actual points. The blue points of the Magatama moves.
Oh, okay. I was like, hold up, what do you mean it's 3 points lower?
What do you mean the math?
But yeah, that makes more sense. That makes more sense.
Okay, so I might not die if I go this way.
You might not die?
I might not die. I'll probably still die. We're probably fine.
How many deaths do we have on the counter right now?
23.
23? It's only 7 more deaths than we have streams now.
Hmm.
So you're averaging like 1.5 deaths per stream, I guess.
It's
but
gonna
that's
get
also
higher.
including this one.
Yeah. It's gonna get higher as we go further. Oh, bye. Yeah, that's gonna get higher before we're done here. Going after the true demon ending, like, you know what endgame SMT is like.
Mm-hmm. Especially going after that ending.
Oh, yeah. That final boss, like... I don't care. Destination unknown, known, 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 known. Bow, bow, down, down, bow, bow, down, down.
Today's stream brought to you by Chrono singing.
Yeah.
I don't know where I was going with that comment.
You gotta be more on the ball, ChanceEm.
I do.
Well, you had
I'm
your
not
chance.
good at balancing, though.
I'm sorry, what was that, ChanceEm?
I said I'm not good at balancing. You said I have to be more on the ball.
I get what you said, but I didn't hear it. Sorry.
Oh. My puns go unappreciated.
Yeah. Aha! You flee like a coward. Yeah, no, I would be totally down for doing Strange Journey after this, if, like, there wasn't already, like, 20 other games I really want to do.
Oh, that's a mood. There's so much I want to play. And it's just trying to find the time for it all now, especially that I'm back to work.
Like, after we're done with this, like, I do want to do Chrono Trigger.
You okay, Chrono? Your audio got very robotic.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I said, like, after... Because that's probably a Discord that probably didn't come through on the stream. I said, like, after we're done with this, like, I do really want to do Chrono Trigger.
Yeah. You gotta do Chrono Trigger. It has Chrono in the name.
I've said before, like, that's a complete coincidence. I'm not actually... The name doesn't come from Chrono Trigger.
Where does Chrono come from?
I don't even remember, honestly. I came up with the name when I was setting up my PlayStation Network account. That was in 2011 when I first got my PS3. So it would be after Chrono Trigger came out in the UK. Because we finally got it in 2008, thanks Square.
Square.
That still pisses me off, because like, Chrono Trigger is undeniably like one of their best RPGs.
And yet... they just don't care to release it everywhere at times.
It's like, okay, so the Super Nintendo version we didn't get, but we also didn't get any of the Final Fantasies except Mystic Quest for some reason. It's like, okay, fine. PlayStation comes around, and in the US there's Final Fantasy Origins, which is 1 and 2, and then there's Chronicles, which is 4, and Chrono Trigger, and then Anthology, which is 5 and 6. And for the UK, for some reason, it's Origins, which is 1 and 2, Anthology, which is 4 and 5, and then 6 on its own with a demo of 10.
This is weird as fuck. I know you've mentioned that before, but it's still weird as fuck.
It's like, why not give us Chrono Trigger? There's also a time when, like, Square didn't give us, they didn't give us Parasite Eve, they didn't give us, Chrono Cross. I don't think we got Legend of Mana. There was a bunch of stuff we just didn't get from Squaresoft. Oh, you enjoyed your Dragon Eye,
and then...
like an idiot.
I was gonna say, and it's kind of unfortunate nowadays because, like, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, they don't really have the PS1.
No, they do not, so you gotta go and get your own ways of doing it, which, at this point, just emulate.
Lino! No!
Yep, I saw that, Lino, so what we're gonna do is... I don't think I set any rules for this, let me check.
You have to double check. It's
yeah,
like, do I have rules for this?
Dude, I set this up like weeks ago and nobody did anything. 5 minutes.
Okay, 5 minutes. That's fine. That's fine. I guess we need to start a timer.
Yeah, I got it.
You got a timer? Alright.
Okay, starting now.
Cool.
Cool. Okay, so, what was the same? Squaresoft?
Yeah. Squaresoft, because there's no PS1 classics on PS4, PS5.
Yeah, and there's no good reason for that. It's ridiculous. So, like, just emulate them. Just go out your way and emulate them. Do it yourself. What I do. I got the PS1 Classic. I hacked the damn thing. That's not a swear.
I was about to say, I was like...
church. Okay.
And when I worked retail, I said that word, and my manager jumped down my throat for it.
Seriously?
Yeah,
Jeez.
I was like, there's a CD. It's like, we sell a CD in the electronics section, that is literally the name of the CD, and it is on the cover in giant red letters. And after I pointed that out, the next day at work, I saw that they had put a post-it note over the CD that said, darn. No joke. Like, that's a legit thing that happened. I was just like, are you serious right now?
Yeah, this doesn't apply to you, Chance, so you can swear.
No, I'm gonna stick to this. I'm gonna stick to this, you know? I'm here with you. We're gonna suffer together.
Suffer me
That's what it.
now!
I was gonna say that's what it is to play a Shin Megami Tensei game. After all, right?
I don't know. We've not really suffered for a while. I think having been so long since I really went through Nocturne, I feel like its reputation kind of took hold in my mind for that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And like, for the most part, once you get past Matador, Nocturne isn't that bad. SMT4 is harder than this. And SMT4 is harder for longer. Once you get to Tokyo in SMT4, the difficulty kind of evens out, and it's not too bad for a while. I remember when I played SMT4 the first time, after I got to Tokyo, I didn't have another major problem until the Kenji fight. But like, those first few hours while you're going through Naraku are brutal. Like, I think I died within the first 20 minutes in SMT4. It is really nasty to begin with. Like, Nocturne starts off with like a really nice, easy first dungeon with the Shinjuku Medical Center.
Mm-hmm.
And then Matador's a wake-up call. But that's more a case
That's
of...
where it's just kind of like our... God, I can't swear. I was gonna say something and then I was like, wait a second.
You had your chance to not abide by this.
I had my chance. I had my chance.
Alright, who do we got? Kinky?
Oh, it's Kinky.
Uki?
So...
Tsuki? Suiki?
The Onis.
Yes, 3 of them. But what was I saying? Oh, we're back. We gotta go down this ladder. What was I saying? Yeah, like, Nocturne, not that bad. Matador is a wake-up call, but it's a wake-up call that's meant to prepare you for the rest of the game.
Mm-hmm.
And deal with that, and you're way better off.
I mean, basically that was like the big brunt of the grinding that has been done so far.
I've done no grinding off stream since then.
That's what I thought.
Even with Matador, I probably overcompensated. Because the team we used against Matador carried us through like another 5 boss fights. It was a really good setup I had.
Mm-hmm.
Get him!
I heard it. There's the timer.
There's the timer. So that was 5 minutes without swearing, you fucking reprobates. And go home and get your fucking shoe shine box.
And because apparently Europe abides by different rules, I can't say damn, but Chrono can.
No, damn, it's not a swear here. Like, this is weird.
Like, I'll have to share it in the Discord. I'll have to find the picture, but I took a picture of that CD with the post-it note over it that said darn.
Alright.
Because I was just like, you've gotta be kidding me. You've gotta be shitting me that this is like, that my manager was literally like, oh, well, let's go fix that.
Yeah. No, I won't admit I was wrong.
And the funny thing about it is, I didn't even say damn around a customer when that happened. I said it in the break room, and my manager heard me say it.
I didn't say damn, I said Khan. We were talking about Star Trek 2, Wrath of Khan, and I was doing my James T. Kirk impression. I didn't say damn! I said Khan! Yeah, I didn't even set up like a forfeit for that if I failed or anything. You think I should? Probably should, shouldn't I?
You probably should set up something in case you fail the no swearing. I know that, like, one of my other friends has it where, like, you can ban a specific word from being said for 5 minutes, and if he ends up saying it, he'll add on in another 5 minutes or something like that. The one time it got to be so bad that he was like, okay, now I have to add on, like, taking a shot of alcohol because we're at an hour I've added on.
Clem, back when Clem was doing Dark Souls, he had a point award for banning an in-game action.
Oh god.
Yeah. I was very tempted on numerous occasions to ban something that would really mess him up, but I never actually did it. I played kind of funny with it though and banned him from dying.
Banned from dying?
Yeah, it's like in-game action. If he didn't want me to do that, he should have been more specific. He then proceeded to die.
It's like I ban you from getting good.
It's like you could like with that kind of thing, especially in Dark Souls, you could very easily say like ban rolling, ban raising the shield. I see where I want to go.
You see where you want to go?
I see where I want to go. Let's go. Meow.
These doors, by the way, the teeth and everything, just keeps making me think of Nemesis from Resident Evil.
I can kind of see
and
that.
you can't turn around to see it. But it's like, that's what I keep seeing.
Alright. You take care of yourself, Lena. I hope everything ends up okay. Now let us know that you survived in the Discord later.
Yeah, I hope you stay safe, Lino. And if there's anything I've learned about the South, make sure you have milk and bread. Because obviously that will get you through a hurricane.
Here I am, brown down, brown, rock you with this milk and bread. Brown down, down, meow, meow.
You say that, but like...
But like, it fit perfectly into the lyrics. The timing on it was fantastic.
It does fit perfectly. But I also would love to see you in a grocery store in the southern US when there is either a hurricane or there is snow. You will see the insanity that there is no bread and no milk. And you have to ask yourself, why are people making milk sandwiches? One, if the power goes out, what are you going to do with the milk? Like...
You have to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Do ya? Punk. But no, if everything in my life goes the way I want it to, I will actually be moving to the southern US in the next few years.
On one hand, I want to say I'm sorry, but on the other hand, I want to say I wish you the best of luck.
Amazing. How that did not miss, come on. It didn't even move to the side, he just took it, it said it missed.
It made me think of like Fire Emblem where you get like smacked with an axe and it's just like, nope.
Honestly, it made me think of, did you ever read 8-Bit Theater?
Oh god, I did. It's been forever though.
Yeah, it made me think of
such
Red
a nostalgia blast.
It made me think of Red Mage and the shit it occasionally do where it's like, no, I forgot to record the damage. 8-Bit Theater was so good. And like some of those really dumb jokes that just made sense. Like, oh no, they're falling off the floating castle, what are they going to do? And Fighter blocks the ground. And it works because he can block anything. So he blocks the ground and they take no damage. Or when Red Mage tells Fighter to make his swords like things unto chainsaws. And the others are like, that doesn't make any sense. It's like, I know that and you know that, but he doesn't know that. And so Fighter successfully makes his swords like things unto chainsaws. Or when they're in the fire temple with White Mage and Black Belt. And Black Belt holds the rope so they can walk across it to the other side. And it's like they can only walk across because Black Belt's holding the rope taut for them to walk on. And they all get across. It's like, how's Black Belt going to get across? And the Light Warriors are all like, yeah, who cares? And then Black Belt's just there. And it's like, how did you get across? Same way you did. I held the rope and walked. And Thief's like, but we took the rope down on this side. I love that kind of idea of being so stupid that you're able to just break physics. I think it's a really fun idea.
It really is. And it is just kind of the thing of like video game logic, and you're just like, you can't really like, it's like, I mean, yeah, that works, I guess, but you kind of have a moment where your brain is just like, this. I have a friend who finally is playing Breath of the Wild for the first time.
I'm so sorry.
And they've been rude. Rude.
No, go on.
I was gonna say, I'm sorry, everyone. I have to ban Chrono. Peace.
Can't ban me from my own stream. No, I've made my opinions on Breath of the Wild clear in the past.
But it's interesting watching people play Breath of the Wild for the first time.
Oh yeah.
Namely because of watching all the really dumb ways that they die, but also watching how they try to solve certain puzzles. And you're just sitting there like, hold up, you did what?
Like the first motion control shrine you're likely to come across, where you have to roll the ball through the maze. And it turns out
that is a pain in the ass.
It's awful. But if you flip, if you turn the Joy-Cons enough, or the Wii U gamepad or whatever you played it on enough, you can flip the board over and just have it go from where it lands straight to the end.
Yep.
It's like, as soon as I found out about that, I did it. Because I've done that shrine like 3 times.
You have to be pretty specific to be able to pull it off, but yeah. Like, the most recent one is, there's a shrine where you have to connect electricity between these two pieces, these two orbs. I can't remember the exact name. But the shrine gives you like a bunch of like treasure chests, boxes, a bunch of just metal items, and it's like, obviously you're supposed to use these items to connect it.
But you can use swords and stuff.
My friend was like tearing her hair out trying to figure out what to do, because it's like, it doesn't reach. Why does it not reach? What am I missing in the shrine? I'm like, just use swords. And they're like, that's not gonna work. I'm like, you get electrocuted if you're holding it in a storm. Why wouldn't it not work? You know, trying to kind of push them to go do that. And they dropped it, and they're like, you've got to be shitting me right now.
I always like that kind of thing. And it always bothers me when you get something like that isn't something the developer intended, and they patch it out.
See, that's something that makes me sad, is when developers do patch that type of stuff out. Because I feel like at the end of the day, it makes the game for some of your players.
Yes.
Like, if it's something that actually breaks the game and, like, is something that you can't avoid, then I'd be like, okay, I'd be more likely to be like, okay, I understand you patching it out. But as something that's just like an optional thing, I don't see why you would patch it out, because it's just kind of like a fun Easter egg, so to speak. A fun little detail. As long as it's not something that's required to do, then... Or something that, you know, breaks the game, like, oh, because this is in here, then this whole other area became corrupted or whatever, because data is weird.
Yeah.
Then, like... I don't understand why developers patch stuff like that out.
The main example I can think of that I disagree with is Metroid Prime. The original release of Metroid Prime, which was released in the US first, like there's the scan jump you can do from the ship in the landing area, and you can do what's called a scan jump to get from the ship to the ledge nearby, which allows you to get the space jump boot so much earlier than you're supposed to, which gives you double jump right at the start of the game.
Oh, damn.
That was patched out in every later release.
That's lame.
Which includes the European, Japanese, and Player's Choice releases.
It came out in America before Japan?
Yep. Metroid's never really sold that well in Japan. I think it's part of the reason why there's not as much Metroid as other Nintendo games.
Interesting.
But like the...
I know this is... Go ahead.
No, it's cool, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I know it's blasphemy to say that I'm not, like, a huge Metroid fan. Mainly because I just didn't grow up with it, and I haven't had the opportunity to sit down and play many Metroid games, but I've loved watching you play Metroid games.
I love Fusion.
First off, I know you're a lot better than me at them.
It's mostly just practice, honestly. Like, I've done Fusion so many times. I'll run through Fusion, like, at least once a month. It's a game I can do in one sitting in under 2 hours. It's a lot of fun. I really like it. It's one of my first Game Boy Advance games. But there's another example in Prime, which is worse, because you can argue the scan jump is a glitch. And it's a shame that they took out that specific instance of it, but you can argue it's a glitch. In the original US release, you can get to the plasma beam far earlier than you're supposed to, by making use of dodgy collision physics to stand on things that you're not really supposed to, and get up there. In every later release, they block that door with a power bomb structure. A bunch of debris you have to use a power bomb to break through.
That's kind of lame.
It's really disappointing, that kind of thing. Right, here we go.
Alrighty.
Do I remember the voice for this one?
You are indeed Dante, so...
Yep. Hey kid. Hey kid. Yo kid. It's me, Dante. Let's go get some pizza. Jackpot. All that whiz.
I was about to be like, hello, goat child.
Good evening, boy. I remember, like, when we met Dante last, like, I finally got, like, the speech pattern down, even if the voice wasn't great.
Mm-hmm.
But that was ages ago. Like, Dante hasn't shown up in, like, 5 hours. Possibly.
Yeah,
probably longer.
Last time we saw him he was outside the Mantra headquarters, correct?
Mm-hmm.
He jumped down from the top of the building and was like, yo, what up?
Yep, canonically one of his abilities.
He jumps down from the building, takes no damage, challenges you to a boss fight. We jump down and almost all of us are dead.
Mm-hmm. really has to be said, like, Devil May Cry 2 has its issues, but like, this is possibly Dante's best design. Devil May Cry 3's design is just kind of Dante with a red coat and nothing underneath. Like, he starts the game shirtless and then throws a coat on in the second mission. That's how he is for the rest of the game. Devil May Cry 4? Not too bad. I don't like Devil May Cry 5's unshaven Dante look. I get why it's there, I don't really like it. 1 and 2, I think way better visually. For that, and 2 I think is just really good design. What are you gonna say, Chance?
I can't not think of Devil May Cry 5 without thinking of a joke I saw online where somebody, like when Devil May Cry 5 was first announced, somebody was like, "Please stop praying for my grandpa. You're making him too powerful."
That's been around for a long time. Like, that joke predates Devil May Cry 5. I think I've actually got a meme of it on my phone from like way before Devil May Cry 5.
Damn.
Alright, let's get this horror show started. Hey kid. Hey kid. Hello.
Hello.
I had a feeling I'd see you again. I was right. It's like I hit the jackpot. I'm not here to explain all the details. I bet you've already got some idea. That old geezer intends for the fiends to kill each other off. Why? Who knows? You're not dumb enough to play into his hand, are you? Get out of here. Don't look back. That's your only option. Am I right, kid?
You're not right, because I redeemed for the true demon ending.
I love that they go with this organ style for Dante's themes. It's like in actual Devil May Cry, this is more akin to Michelangelo than Dante. I love the use of it. You're asking for it, kid. Okay, take one step beyond this point and... Man. Got it? Playtime's over. Now, let's rock.
Okay. I like how it's like, don't you dare take one more step. I'm like, there's 6 steps before the door, though. And it's like, and you went beyond the door, so what's gonna happen if I take a single step? You gotta be more specific than that. Okay, there's 3 steps. Still, though, my point still stands. So are we ready to do this? Damn. Let me check on my end real quick. Nope. Shit. I'm going to guess you're muted.
Alright, what about now?
You're back.
Awesome.
I had to mute my mic manually so I could listen.
This is good. Don't disappoint me. Oh shit.
Oh my god! Don't disappoint me. Just stand still immediately and get shot. Pain.
Game's no fun if you don't know the rules, so here's the deal. Get past here and you turn on all the switches first. Alright, I'm gonna count to 3. That's how long you've got to come up with a plan. I love that it's still actually carrying over Dante's personality.
You gotta turn on all the switches. Didn't realize that they were playing Nintendo down here.
1, 2, 3.
Pain. It's like, ready or not, here I come.
I forget, does Rhino Kuzunoa have a gun?
I think he does. Now I gotta double check that. I believe he does.
Uh-oh. It's 1.
I was gonna say, once you find the other 2 switches, then you can apply for the Switch Family Plan online.
Yeah, fuck Nintendo with that. Huh.
Yes, Rido does have a gun. At least his figure comes with one.
I'm still really disappointed that they just use Dante's theme for Rido. It's like it fits with the Dante idea and Devil May Cry. And to just reuse it for Rido is really disappointing.
It's one of those things of, like, there's some games that if only just a little bit more attention was paid to in certain parts, it would elevate the experience. It's like just small little details. If they had been acknowledged before the game came out, it would, like, elevate the experience a bit more.
It's like they won't even have to... Hey, Dante.
Oh, hi.
Okay.
Okay, then.
What's the matter, kid? Tired already? Going back to the start of the area.
I like how he's just, like, waiting there for you. Because he's like, you know what? I'm gonna shoot you. I'm gonna kill you. And...
he is actually waiting.
he's actually waiting, but he hits you and then flees. Dante's a tease. Hello again.
So...
This also just made me think of something. Does Dante focus on the fiends in the party when he attacks you?
that's an interesting question.
Because, if I'm not mistaken, he's hit Daisoju each time so far.
Yeah. Could be coincidence.
It could be coincidence. I guess we might have to have a third run-in with him to see if it's true or not.
He's waiting by the exit.
Oh, that's fun. Oh god, hi.
No, he's just waiting there. He's not following us.
He's just standing there, menacingly.
What if I flee?
Dante says, no, I will not give you the option to let you flee. But the music that's playing in this area is kind of calm. I muted my mic for a second so I could check it out on stream.
That's until Dante gets sights on you. I'm just playing Dante. Tasty.
I'm gonna check that now.
Yeah, he just keeps going for Daisoju.
That's pretty nice. Like, it's interesting to hear, like, the like, quick fade between the music. Doesn't feel out of place. Question is, did we make it? Nice.
Finicky is what it is.
We have outsmarted Dante.
By going in a circle. Thankfully, his bullets don't really do a huge amount of damage. You're just gonna pop him again down. It's gonna be fucking terrifying.
Just imagining him, like, sticking his head out from the ceiling, like, yoo-hoo.
So there's an interesting idea here that Devil May Cry as a series wouldn't actually explore itself until DMC4. The idea of Dante actually investigating.
Why investigate when you have gun, though? Oh. We're at this part. Hello. Yeah.
I saw you.
He aims for the fiends.
Oh, you bastard.
Oh. That's a prick move.
Yeah, that's not fun.
To reset all the switches, you have to reconnect your Nintendo Online account.
Go through Nintendo's two-factor authentication system. There's gonna be a trick with all of these. Trying to figure out the way past him. Yeah, it wasn't really until DMC4 that Dante would actually do some investigating, and that was largely because you didn't play as Dante for most of the game. God damn it. Isn't fun anymore, Dante.
Dante thinks it's fun.
Dante's a dick.
You gonna say that to his face?
Oh, absolutely. I'm a puncher.
Just smack him in the face with the strength boner.
Right, here we go. Like, the real issue is just the resetting if you get caught and how finicky it is. Like the jailer in DDS2, except... Oops.
What I was honestly thinking is this is reminding me of the jailer in DDS2, but it's worse because, like, the worst thing in DDS2 is just that it's like, oh, you gotta redo the floor. You don't really have to redo switches or anything like that that was already, you know, in place.
And with this, we're gonna do this 3 times. Double maze. Probably a good thing I left this one for last. That means if it works the same way last time, Dante will spawn by that door. Like it's here.
Dante is like, get out of my home.
Alright. It's gonna be about leading him in a circle again, isn't it?
Apparently, Dante doesn't like circles.
You know, it's a good thing he stops to shoot.
Gives us some extra time. Might be the trick to getting away from him.
Please tell me it's just 2. I really don't want it to be a third one that just gets worse. Absolutely.
You don't want it to get worse?
I don't want this to get worse, because this is just really awkward. And no, we're fine, we don't need that healing at the minute. The further down you go, the more Dr. Dark costs to do the heal.
Oof.
Is that one that we're actually going to have a fight with Dante? Thought you got away? Wrong, pal. Check me. There's no place to hide. So what you gonna do, kid?
Oh, he finally chose somebody other than Daisoju.
Yeah. And it was a mistake. Hey, Teak. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Atik.
Can you do that? Gotcha. In Tetracard, let's see how well this goes. Because Dante's gotta have non-physical attacks, like surely. Yeah, that's a dick move.
Dante, where are you? Amazing. You just see Dante like sticking his guns out to the side, and it's like, bro, we're not standing next to you, we're standing in front of you. It's like, what are you doing? Wasting your bullets? Like, how much money do you have? How much do those bullets cost?
Dante doesn't fire bullets, he fires demon energy. Actually explained in the manual for Devil May Cry 1.
Hello, my name is Chance, and I really haven't played Devil May Cry.
Even if you had,
how
like,
apparent
what are the
is
chances that you would have actually read the manual for the first game?
I am a collector that likes to have manuals with my older games. Doesn't mean I read them.
Exactly.
And yet, I am the person that's all like, man, I miss manuals.
I miss manuals. Just reading them on the bus home.
There's little details in the manuals that is always like really cool information.
So,
and I mean, it's kind of the thing of... Oh, go ahead.
What would probably be a good idea would be to keep Shikioji stocked with MP to keep casting Tetracard. So E&I stands for Ebony and Ivory, the name of Dante's guns. This is actually a really good track.
Now I'm gonna double check it real quick, since I have to mute my mic to listen to it.
It can't be that simple to beat Dante, just cast Tetracard. Like, surely.
It is a really good track. Is this a remix, or is this actually one that's pulled from Devil May Cry?
No, I think this is original.
Huh.
Like, it carries tones that are reminiscent of Ultraviolet. Like I say. But it's an original piece.
Nice.
It's like
because I was gonna Sorry.
That's good. Glad. Otherwise it wouldn't be any fun. Come on. That's what you're saying, Chance?
I was just gonna comment about how if it was a remix, I would have assumed that it was Guro doing it since he did the soundtrack for this game. But something I really like is that the PS2 era of SMT titles, including Persona games, they all had pretty good music.
Yes. There you go, that bypassed Tetracard. Still worth casting Tetracard for that.
The answer to defeating Dante is just to have repel physical.
Seems that way.
It's like, who's the fuckboy now, Dante?
Now I'm motivated. Better than I thought. Playtime's over. Michael grown-ups fight.
Oh. Okay, that's that style.
Oh.
That is also painful. Holy shit.
Well, that was
For
an
only
hour and
69
14 minutes
cents.
wasted.
For only 69 cents a day, you can support a demi-fiend. Help keep them out of harm's way.
That might have been max health. It's concerning.
So that was an hour.
Indeed.
Down the drain.
Yep. So...
Stylish. Painful. Very painful.
So, you remember what we did last time something like that happened?
We decided we weren't going to do that, and we went off to do something else instead.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Honestly, I think I might just need to be a higher level for that. It's like, it felt like Dante... It felt like we were at full health for that, and Dante wiped everybody out with 2 showtimes. And we also had Tetrakarn cast, which means it bypasses physical. What do you reckon the chances are it's not classed as a magic attack either?
Whatever it's classified as, it hurts.
Interestingly enough, Dante doesn't have Pierce.
I remember
bypasses
that.
Defense.
Because that's like a part of the reason why Rido is nice to have, right?
Yeah. Dante is effectively worthless in True Demon Endgame because he doesn't have Pierce. Rido is better. The Nocturne hard type patch, ROM hack, gives Dante Pierce, and Nocturne HD remaster gives Dante Pierce. Yeah, I don't know, Teak. You think we learned something, ChanceEm?
Not really, because we already knew that Dante was a dick.
Hmm.
And now I am looking to see if I can find Dante in the manual. I mean, not the manual, in the game guide. There he is.
Oh yeah, that's not true.
It's funny, because Dante is considered a fiend in the data.
Generally, because like we might as well just say at this point, yeah, Dante is the last fiend. Generally in SMT, human type enemies are often listed as fiends.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I just having a bit of trouble clearing my throat. You know, it's there, and you're just trying to get it out, and it just isn't going out.
Yeah.
But it's good now. But, yeah, in general, like, human-type enemies are often listed as fiends, because SMT often has the case of Fiend Daisoju, Them Dakini, or God Valkyrie. That's how they list demons and generally enemies. Classification, then the actual name of the enemy.
I'm trying to see if I can find data on that one attack.
Showtime?
Yeah.
If you didn't immediately negate debuffs, like, you wouldn't do that.
Yeah, there's a section at the back of the guide that actually breaks down every attack in the game that exists, and I'm trying to see if I can find Showtime.
Yeah. While human side enemies are often listed as fiends, fiend is also its own classification of extremely rare enemies that often usually only appear at the full moon in very specific areas with very rare appearance rate.
Yeah, that's why I was thrown off originally. Like, that's why I was bringing it up. It's like, hey, Dante's listed as fiend, and it's like, huh.
As far as I'm aware, I think this is the only game that makes the fiends relevant in terms of the plot. Right, let's save here.
Showtime is almighty.
That explains that. Later.
Only losers use almighty. Digital Devil Saga taught me that one.
Hmm.
So Dante is a loser.
I always hate Almighty. It's basically the get around for any defense you have, and it's never worth it when you have it.
Mm-hmm. Dante's Stinger ability and Dante's Showtime ability are both almighty. Lame.
Hmm. Oh.
I'm disappointed. I want to talk to the manager. That's basically what Shikioji just did. Do you think it's kind of ironic that you were like, no, you're not allowed to change that, and then Shikioji was like, let me talk to you. Here's a dispute. I'm not allowed to be silent.
Hmm. He might be reading a little much into that.
Perhaps. It's just the timing of it all is pretty amusing to me.
Level up. Reality. Party fully recovered. Nice.
Always like that full heal.
Interesting thing to consider is how quickly we just leveled up outside of the labyrinth. When you consider how long we were in the labyrinth before we leveled up.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was punched. So you remember what's here, right, ChanceEm?
Is this one Mother Harlot?
Yep.
Because I know if we actually go towards story progression, we're gonna run to our Doot friend.
No, we're already past him. Like, we ran into him, thought him died, and then went back and said no. Said no and just went back.
Oh yeah, shit. My brain completely forgot that we did just say no and just went on. Even though it's like we already did the story stuff. So how are the life and times of Chrono and ChanceEm going? How are the life and times of you going, Chrono?
Good stuff. Good time in my personal life, so that's...
I'm doing alright myself. Had a dumb week, but I had a pretty good day today so far.
Every day is a good day with Nocturne.
I haven't gotten to play it yet, but I picked up No More Heroes 3 on Friday. A part of me is debating on if I should actually start it or not, because I heard that the story is not going to make sense if you haven't played Travis Strikes Back.
Yeah, I heard that.
And it's kind of the problem, because that game is like $70 used, and it's like, fuck. You also know a Suda51 game is going to be good when most of the people reviewing it are giving it like a 5. 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's like, this game is too weird for mainstream. It's like, yep, sounds like Suda51.
I don't know, I mean... Some of Suda's games have been kind of... You ever see Black Knight's Sword?
I have heard of it. I have not played it.
It's
nuts. When you were saying things that aren't good, I was thinking back to, like, how many people are gonna hate me if I say this. Lollipop Chainsaw.
did you see the Lollipop Chainsaw stream?
I did not see your stream of it, but I played through that game.
Was that before or after I did DDS?
Believe before.
Because I did do Lollipop Chainsaw last year for the first time.
Damn.
You know what? It had its moments. It's a little stiff, a little clunky. Zombie baseball can die in a car fire. But overall, it wasn't bad. Like, £10 for it. Yeah, that's fine. You definitely get £10 worth out of it.
I mean, for $10, like, yeah, $10, it's definitely worth that much.
Probably closer to 15. Like the exchange rate.
Alright, if you're in Europe, then yeah, it's $10.
Hello, miss.
Hi there.
So you remember?
Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be voicing this. I'm just sitting there like, hi, and it's like, oh wait, shit, I'm supposed to be saying something here.
So if you can do a Jessica Rabbit voice here, that would be fantastic.
I'm sorry to disappoint you. I don't think I'll be able to. I don't think I'll be able to.
I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way. I have not seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit in too long.
It's been like a decade and a half since I've seen that movie.
So good. Good movie.
You worked so hard to get the Yahira. I can't even say the frickin' phrase.
Yahirono Himorogi.
Yahirono. That is such a tongue twister for me. I feel so stupid. Yahirono Himorogi. And you gave it away. Just like that?
Just like that.
I guess it's understandable, since your heart is set on chaos rather than creation.
Well, to be fair, you know, when you play as a chaos character rather than a cosmos character, the victory theme is a guitar riff of the Final Fantasy victory theme rather than the standard upbeat version. I do prefer playing as chaos, yes. This is a Dissidia reference for those who don't know.
But there's one obstacle you've yet to overcome.
And she turns around
and that's the fact that... I was gonna say, and that's the fact that this is Megaten and not Final Fantasy. Also, I have a cat with crowns. And that's me, the Mother Harlot. Subjugator of the most fearsome beast.
Okay.
You who were once human now possess a demon's body. Though you wish for a demon's heart, even if you would be bound to despair in impenetrable darkness.
Ma'am, there's something wrong with your cat.
Fine, just needs to cough up a hairball. I'm trying to make that growly voice sound different from the other growly voices I've done. It's like that one's like right at the top of the throat, rather than like deep in the throat. I like,
yes, beware the fates.
It's like right at the top of the throat, like.
Do you wish for a demon's heart? Right at the top of the throat. Instead of down in the bottom. I should stop doing this. It's not good for the throat.
There are many things that are probably not good for the throat, yet people still do it.
Do I wish for a demon's heart? You know what? No.
You're no longer human, but you refuse to become a demon. Will you let fate control your life until the very end?
Fate may dictate me to be a demon, but this is me standing against it.
Well, it doesn't matter much, since your life will end here. Let's indulge ourselves in the ecstasy of death, shall we? I'm sorry, but just, like, trying to keep a straight face for a second there. It's just like,
You didn't hear the noise.
I did not hear the noise. Let's enjoy every minute of this orgy of death.
It's that immediately gives us an issue.
That does. I was like, counter! Void. Man, there's something wrong with your cat. It doesn't let me punch it.
Wasn't that thing bigger in the cutscene?
I feel like there's a "that's what she said" joke somewhere in there.
Somewhere.
Somewhere.
For the rainbow.
And now I realize I don't remember the lyrics to that.
Wow, that was a stop.
Oh, oh, that's not good.
What do we got? Kushinada. That's not what I wanted.
Kushinada needs to tell this Kushinada. I will see myself out.
Aha! Just as I intended. Another Makikaja. Please tell me Rajanaga has something. Zeonga not bad, but like Rakunda. Rakunda's good. I need to remember where like all my buffs and debuffs are.
We need to get the debuffy boys.
Alright, she's gonna play that game.
It's just like, you did this? Nope. No, you didn't.
Rajanaga absorbed electricity.
Excuse me. Seems nice.
So, Zeonga. Okay, she absorbs electricity.
How about you don't do Zeonga?
Yeah, I probably should have figured, shouldn't I?
Yeah, I was like, when her first attack was Mazionga, I was just like, you know what? Zeonga's probably not going to be a good element in this fight. And then you're just like, here, have a heal.
It's okay, if I hit her with electricity enough, it'll set off the sprinklers and that'll allow me to conduct the electricity.
That's like some Yu-Gi-Oh! Nonsense.
That is
Or
how
Pokemon
Pikachu
nonsense.
defeated Onyx in the Pokemon anime.
Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah. Bullshit.
You gotta love how, like, the shows for all these card games are just like, we're gonna pull some bullshit out of our ass and be like, yep, that's how the protagonist wins.
Well, the
You will
interesting
not
thing-
be able... Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, you will not be able to replicate this in any, like, actual card game battle. But it works for television.
You want to talk about, like, really bad examples of that? The first season of Yu-Gi-Oh! In Duelist Kingdom, where nothing made sense and it was absolute bullshit.
Yeah, that's why I made a reference to Yu-Gi-Oh! Before I was like, wait, no, Pokemon.
But Battle City, like starting with Battle City, they actually set some rules in. And as a result, it kind of becomes more interesting to watch. And then they start making shit up again.
Yep.
Like how Mai very clearly wins her duel with Marek, and steals his god card and summons it to use against him. And they can't think of what to do with that, so they say, yeah, you can only actually control this if you can read the Egyptian writing on the card. And it's like, fucking what? And so,
Meanwhile,
yeah.
like, that's a call out for everyone who imported the god cards. It's like, let me play this in my English deck, because I actually played Yu-Gi-Oh! Back then. It's like, can you actually read what's on this card? Do you know what's actually being said? Doesn't matter. I know it has this much attack and this much defense.
that always really pissed me off, because, like, Mai wins that battle, and then they pull out bullshit to make her lose. And it's like, why? Why do that? Why not just have her lose?
Because drama.
And Battle City is kind of an interesting arc for that kind of thing, because they're following, like, they actually made the rules for the card game and they're following them. And then towards the end, when they're actually all just using god cards in the battles, it's just such bullshit. Like when Yamimarik uses he's against Joey and he sacrifices all of his life points to boost the Winged God of Ra's attack. And attacks Joey. And so that basically wipes Joey's points out. But if Joey can stay standing long enough, then he'll win. Because Yamimarik used all of his life points for that. And it's a shadow game. So Yamimarik is basically about to die if he doesn't win this card game. And it's like, you know, this is really fucking dumb.
There's a scene in GX, like I don't remember most of GX to be honest, but there's a scene in GX I remember where somebody basically dueled somebody into a heart attack, and it like they animated the person's heart like stopping. I do not remember the context of the scene. It's just one of the only things I remember from GX. It's like if it's gotten to the point that you're playing the card game that kills people, I'm pretty sure that shit would be shut down. Gesundheit.
Thank you.
Times 2.
Yes.
Combo.
Like a combo breaker. Yeah, let's get Kushinaga out. Actually, Kushinaga this time. I did, and I was like, what? And then I was like, oh yeah, I'm not really into tactics games. And I was like, wait, no, Firaxis made XCOM, and I was actually kind of into XCOM, so like, we'll see. It's been a crazy back and forth over whether I actually care about that game.
I've never played that game, to be honest.
The answer is maybe, but not enough to actually watch a trailer for it. XCOM is actually a bunch of fun. I have it on... I have it on 4 systems, actually. I have it on PS3, PC. I have it on Xbox 360. I think it was free with gold at one point. And I have XCOM Enemy Within on my phone. And I still haven't actually really played it there. Oh, I also have Enemy Unknown Plus on Vita. It's like one day a Vita port just came out.
Vita, the system with so much potential.
Yeah. I think Sony's proprietary nonsense is what largely killed that. The game cards and the memory cards.
At some point, it's just like that stuff just gets way too expensive to try and keep up with, you know? And that's like a big problem with it.
Honestly, one of the main reasons to hack the Vita is so you can use a micro SD card. Because I've got a 64 gig Vita memory card. It cost £70 like 6 years ago. Now those things are way more expensive.
Yeah.
Because I got it when the Vita was still a thing.
So many good games on it that are just lost to the ether, kind of. No, wait, the eShop. Good job, though. The Vita shop the PSN for Vita didn't go down.
No,
It was PlayStation Portable that went down.
Yeah, but you can still buy PSP games through PS3 and Vita. Which is good, because there's solid games on there.
There are some very solid games. Like Persona 3 Portable. Which goes for like $100 if you're trying to get a physical copy of it.
The best version of the game to play.
I feel so stupid because I had it at one point and then I was like, this is stupid, and I turned it in. And now, like over a decade or so later, I'm just like, wow, I was a fucking idiot. I could have had that physical copy still. This is me just saying that decisions you make when you're younger are not always the best decisions. Still there, Colonel?
Yeah, I'm just focusing low.
Gotta pay attention to the 6-headed cat. The 7-headed cat. The cat that definitely has too many heads.
Yeah. Honestly, avoiding physical is just frustrating. And on top of that, absorbing electricity.
Is the strength boner failing us here?
Having to use the magic boner.
But we haven't like trained the magic boner.
That's fine. We're basically an anime protagonist. So what were we talking about?
What was I talking about?
There we go.
Hey. Faster! Wilder!
Work it. Make it. Do it. Makes us.
Daft Punk would like to join the party. Oh yeah, we were talking about the Vita. Thank you, Teak, for paying attention.
Thank you, T. Good system to meet.
So many games that I need to actually finish on it. So many games I need to pick up on it.
I started Lost Dimension. I never really went far with it, but it had like a really interesting premise. That's not true. Not entirely true.
There's like a maybe 57% chance it's true.
Haha! Full heal. But yeah, there's some really good stuff. Like, especially if you're into RPGs, there's some really good stuff on here. RPGs and indie games.
Something that makes me sad now, because there aren't really any handheld systems anymore.
Yeah, thanks Nintendo.
Thanks, Nintendo. Because there's not really any handheld systems anymore, something I've been thinking of recently is the fact that a lot of games that are coming out on mobile feel like they would be handheld games if handheld systems were still a thing. Because yesterday, or the day before, I think it was the day before, I think it was Friday, a new Tales game was announced for mobile. Because of course it was.
Yeah. Luminaria, was it?
Luminaria. And the look and feel of it, I'm just like, this makes me think of like early PlayStation 3 Atelier title. Apparently the apparently the description for it is basically that Luminaria is meant to discover what makes Tales so great and draw in new players, and I'm like, that is a really weird genre title for a game. Just saying.
That's the genre title?
That's the genre title, is basically like RPG of discoveries and fan enjoyment or something like that. I don't remember off the top of my head. I just remember reading it and being like, that's weird. Not knocking it, because I mean, obviously I haven't played it yet. They said that the gameplay is going to apparently be similar to console titles, but you're going to be playing it in portrait mode, not landscape mode.
Remember
so
when the
have
mobile
fun.
Version of Dragon Quest 8 did that. It was a terrible idea.
Yeah, I was thinking of that. Excuse me. I was like, have fun. Not really getting to see a whole lot of the playing field at once.
Yeah.
But they did say that they're not going to be bringing back any old Tales characters, that this is going to be like a completely new, original game in its own right.
It's not Tales of the World 4.
We promise, guys, it is not a crossover title.
And just when you think you've got him, bam! Project Cross Zone 3. Nobody saw it coming.
Project Cross Zone is still a series that I need to pick up.
I'd be interested, just on the premise, if it wasn't for the fact that it is a tactical RPG.
Damn those tactical RPGs.
Haha! Yeah, keeping Rajanaga in the party, even if he can't really do anything, is worth it because he just absorbs life. And we saw what happens when she gets to go off and have multiple turns.
It's like, surprise, bitch. Thanks for the heal. But...
Aha! I absorbed that shit before I walked in the room!
But yeah, it really is the thing of, like, I feel because there are no longer dedicated handheld,
Bitch!
Oh, hello! Or rather, I should say, goodbye, nurse. But because there's no longer dedicated, handheld systems, like, so much stuff is going to mobile now. And... one, I feel like it kind of waters down the potential because you're stuck with mobile limitations.
Yeah.
And it's kind of sad. And it's also kind of the thing of, like, I wonder how many people would actually be willing to pay, like, $30, $40 or whatever to have, like, an actual decent game that's given to them all at once, rather than being like, here's something free to play. Free to play. Free to play. I just want to make sure that's stressed. But you only get to have it like a new chapter once every 2 months. It's kind of sad in a way. Like, I mean, on one hand, cool, I can get games for free, but the quality is severely hindered because of it.
And also, I
And
can't
it's kind
enjoy
of a
it without
sad.
paying.
That too.
Mm.
So much stuff is hidden behind the, oh, you don't have to pay, so this isn't actually like Loot Crate or anything, or loot boxes, because Loot Crate's actually a thing. It's just kind of depressing, you know?
Yeah, it's just the growth of free to play into a viable market is really frustrating. And even more frustrating than that is full-priced games taking free-to-play economies and applying them to those, like full-price games. They end up with shit like FIFA, where the game makes way more than like 75% of its profits through the Ultimate Team, which is basically loot boxes.
Mm-hmm.
So much of its money goes through that.
I know we've talked about it before, but it really is like a predatory practice.
Very much so. Alright, let me hit the Cathedral of Shadows. What's going on with this? Oh, hey, we can do a fiend.
Not so sure that would be a good thing to do.
That's a door.
Ooh. I was gonna make a joke, but never mind.
Oh, we can get Mothman like that.
Oh, hey, buddy.
With Xandine, actually, that's not bad.
Seeing what you can cobble together.
Yeah. There you go. Xandine and Fog Breath's not a bad idea.
Did you save?
Nope.
Cool. I always get worried with fusion because I'm just like, don't be a mistake, don't be a mistake, don't be a mistake.
No force expel death and ailment. Like, it really can't be understated the quality of fiends, just humans.
I mean, there's a reason why they're so much of a pain in the ass to fight.
Yeah, the immunities they have. Anything. And those very specific
It also
attacks.
makes them good people to have. Yeah, it also makes them good demons to have in the party.
I can get Zanma into it. Not my Zanma, just Zanma. It's not bad, but I don't
And there's
want
a Zanma.
anymore. I want Nag or Brainwashing. Preferably, I don't want Paraladi.
One of the benefits of the HD version, you don't have to sit through all this.
Yeah, after they patched it in. Remember, it wasn't
Forgot
in...
it wasn't originally there.
Hmm. Makes it so much more convenient. You could argue, like, easier as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want Miraji on either, especially since she's gonna learn. Get Zanma. Zanma and Rakunda both be good. You know what? That's probably. Anyway, Vita. Good system.
I'm still sad that Muramasa Rebirth hasn't been ported to anything else.
It's kind of a shame, like a bunch of stuff hasn't been.
And then I get
Golden got the PC release. Kind of out of nowhere. Gravity Rush
and
got a
apparently
PS4
crashed
port.
Steam.
Yeah.
What was that?
Gravity Rush got a PS4 remaster.
And it is stupid expensive because it's like impossible to find, even though it did get one. Because, like, that's a game series that I've been interested in. Gravity Rush 1 and 2.
I think I have them both on PS4. I have Gravity Rush anyway on Vita. I got it free on PlayStation Plus not long after I got my Vita. It was a fun time.
Well, damn. Just over here flexing, being like, yeah, I have that.
Isn't that what I always do?
I feel like it might be.
Yeah. Like, work the other day, someone came over and was like, yeah, no, this has been bought on the web shop. Tokyo Mirage Sessions for the Wii U. It had just been dropped in price to £10 because it had been there for so long. I was like, yeah, no, I've got that. And the Switch version.
And like thing, it's like the Wii U didn't sell as well as Nintendo wanted, and they're like, okay, let's port a bunch of this to the Switch.
And then charge full price for it.
I mean, that too.
I mean, it lets you know exactly what they're thinking with that kind of thing when Skyward Sword HD is a full price game.
Very true. Which I am happy to admit that I finally managed to get one of the stupid amiibos for that.
Yeah, that's even more bullshit. Like, oh, you want fast travel to make the game less tedious? $25 on top. Oh, what's that? You didn't get it fast enough? Well, sucks to be you. Thanks, Nintendo.
Yeah, like there's a game store next to where I work, so I popped in and they're like, yeah, these just showed up in shipment. We weren't expecting them whatsoever, because when they came out, we didn't even get shipment for the people who had pre-ordered them. I'm like, well, one, that sucks, but two, holy shit, y'all have them. This does bring up something I remember reading about this week, though. Apparently Japan is trying to, well, certain stores in Japan, I shouldn't say Japan as a whole, certain stores in Japan are trying to implement something to prevent scalpers from getting Pokemon cards or trading cards in general, and the model kits. And what they are doing is that they are opening the product before you leave the store so that they cannot be sold as a brand new item. So scalpers, if they do want to sell them, they have to sell them used.
Except, I feel like in most cases, people aren't going to care about it.
Except for the case of the model kits. Because what they do for the model kits is they cut one of the pieces out from the frame. So you have this one piece loose in the box, already cut out from the frame, while everything else is still in the frame. So it proves that it is a used item. And it's actually working to deter scalpers.
That's something, man. The whole scalper thing has been such an issue for too long at this point.
Because it's the most recent thing, like, the fact that when the amiibos for Skyward Sword came out, or the amiibo for Skyward Sword came out, the fact that, one, you couldn't find it, and then all of a sudden it was up online for like $60 to $100 per listing of it, and you're just kind of sitting there like, seriously?
Do I have the Skyward Sword Link amiibo?
I got the Skyward Sword Link amiibo last year.
There's a sign who used to work at a game shop. Let me know if there was anything coming in that I might be interested in. He'd hold on to one for me. So I got a bunch of amiibos at like actual retail price.
Nice.
Twilight Princess 30th Anniversary Link.
I still need that one. That's like one of the only Zelda amiibos I don't have.
The Majora's Mask Link one. Chrom. Both Bayonetas, both Clouds.
I have both Bayonetas and both Clouds. Cloud I got lucky with, because at the time that he came out, there was a game store right next to where I worked. And I worked at retail at the time. This is actually the store that I mentioned earlier that I was like, hey, we have a CD in the back that says this on it. And my manager was dumb about it. But the game store, like, we didn't get any Cloud amiibos in for our store. So I popped into the game store next door, and the only amiibo they had, and this is going to give away what won, but it was the Player 2 Cloud amiibo, and it was the last one, and I was just like, mine, and then I got the regular Cloud later on.
Zelda-wise, I have 3 Zelda I have 3 Links. Twilight Princess, 30th Anniversary, Majora's Mask, and I think it's Skyward Sword. I'd have to double check. It's gotta be Skyward Sword, because I don't have the Ocarina of Time one, which is the one that I really wanted.
Oh, I have Ocarina of Time. That's another one. I walked into a GameStop randomly one day because I needed to kill time, and last one on the shelf. I was like, well, mine now. That is a mood, Teak.
I have the Wolf Link amiibo and Ganondorf. What else do I have? I have Samus. Classic Colors 30th Anniversary Mario. Smash Luigi, Mega Man. Zero Suit Samus. Samus Returns Samus. The Squishy Metroid amiibo.
The Squishy Metroid amiibo, like, at the time, I was like, oh, that looks kind of adorable, but I was like, you know, that probably gets dirty really easily.
Mine's still in the box, I'm not taking it out.
Good decision.
I'm unsure about whether I'm ever going to sell any of them. The main thing.
I took them out of the box because I was just like, you know what? I want to actually use them. I do have a few that are not out of the box, though. Player 2 Cloud Amiibo stays in the box.
My Cloud Amiibos are out of the box. Bayonettas are both out of the box. Samus, Wolf Link, Classic Colors Mario 30th Anniversary one. Mega Man Smash Luigi. Chibi Robo isn't in the box. I bought the Chibi Robo amiibo just because I like Chibi Robo. I wasn't going to get Chibi Robo Ziplash.
I forgot about Chibi Robo.
Christmas tree decoration. Fair enough.
I mean, that's a good way to use them. I prefer to use mine for you know, the actual games, but you do you, man.
The Zelda stuff, I have a set of amiibo cards that I got off Amazon. And I used those for Breath of the Wild.
That's fair.
I really wanted the Ocarina of Time tunic. It's my favourite design.
It's such a simple but iconic design.
Like, Twilight Princess isn't bad, but I feel like its colours are too dark.
Mm-hmm.
Wind Waker feels too simple, and I don't like the coloration on Skyward Sword. And of course, like, I just don't like Zelda 1's tunic. It's a shame the tunics themselves that you get from the amiibo, one, such a pain to actually get, even with the amiibo. And
it's like paid DLC, but with gacha rates.
Basically. And 2 are actually kind of crap as armor.
I mean, you can...
If you want to upgrade them, like, it costs so much.
It does. That's why I stopped myself. I was like, you can...
Like, it's less trouble to fully upgrade the Tunic of the Wild than it is to upgrade one of the amiibo tunics. The Tunic of the Wild ends up as the strongest armor in the game. Bar none. Yeah.
That's the biggest problem is, like, just farming items.
It's like I did it. I fully upgraded Tunic of the Wild before I went into Hyrule Castle. Because like when I started it, I said to myself, as soon as I found out that Tunic actually was it, like I'm gonna go into the final battle with the Master Sword, the Hylian Shield, and Tunic, and we're gonna do this old school style.
Best way to do it, honestly. Tedious, but best way to do it.
And then it's like I got the Tunic of the Wild and decided to fully upgrade it. And it was so boring. Farming the dragon materials. Ugh.
Dragon materials are the tedious thing. Because, like, you have to be precise with where you're shooting, like an arrow or something, when you're trying to get stuff off of them.
Mm. It's not a fun design, honestly.
Which is unfortunate, because, like, there's a lot of things in Breath of the Wild that are fun, and then there's other things that's just like, you really needed to double think this one.
Breath of the Wild is the Phantom Pain of Zelda series.
And this is the point where I would like to mention that Breath of the Wild, I can't claim it as one of my favorite games. I cannot. But I can claim it as a comfort game, just as people have like comfort movies and stuff like that. Because it came out in a time that was really bad for me, and it was like the only game I played for 2 years. There's a reason why I got very close to 100%ing the whole game. Fuck the Trial of the Sword, because by that point there was no reason for me to actually do it. And fuck upgrading all the armor. That was the other thing. Both of those, I'm good. I did everything else.
Trial of the Sword shouldn't have been paid.
It really shouldn't have. But because I spent so much time with it, I'm like, and because of like the point in my life that it came out, I was like, the game's a comfort to me. But there's too many things about it that I cannot claim it as one of my favorite games.
Yeah. I think it's in a similar place as like Skyrim. Like you can just do stuff in there and walk in a direction and just kind of keep yourself occupied for a while. You might not necessarily be having fun, but you're occupied. And I think it's pretty similar to Skyrim in that regard. Yeah, it's a fair way to describe it, Teak. I keep saying, like, Breath of the Wild's a great framework, and I look forward to seeing what Nintendo actually makes of it with the sequel. And I'm hopeful they'll make something decent out of it with the sequel, like an actual game. Maybe this time a Zelda game.
I mainly just miss the actual temples.
Yeah, it's like the thing with Skyward Sword. Like price of it and effort got into the remaster in quotes notwithstanding. Skyward Sword had some interesting dungeons. Breath of the Wild doesn't. It has 2 dungeons that it just repeats.
It basically just has a bunch of assets that they change up, but not too heavily.
Yeah.
Like, it's an interesting concept, the way that they do certain things, but you can tell it's a very basic type of concept. Like, it's a thing of, like, they were, like, kind of, like, sticking their toes in the water of, like, we're not entirely sure if this is actually going to be good, so this is just, like, the bare minimum of what we could potentially come up with. And we're gonna see if this, like, little bit is okay. As far as the dungeon design goes in Breath of the Wild. Because you go from Skyward Sword, which had really involved dungeons, and then you go down to Breath of the Wild, and it's a little sad in that regard. So it's like, that's one thing I really want to see from the sequel for Breath of the Wild, is I want to see them actually have more expanded dungeons.
Well, you gotta remember, structure isn't a bad thing. But yeah, it was cool when Link Between Worlds gave you the opportunity to visit dungeons in almost any order. But you know, that wasn't something to sell the game on. I never thought it really mattered that much.
Like, it was a cool thing, you could tell that Nintendo was experimenting, but that wasn't the reason that people bought it. Like, if you're wanting to evolve a series, and you're wanting to expand a series, bring the series into the new generation, so to speak, you have to keep in mind what makes the series that series. Because if you take away too much of that core aspect, you're gonna lose out on the charm that brought people to loving it in the first place.
Also, for the love of God, stop making us feel like we're wasting our time. You're wasting our time. Why do the text boxes come up so slowly? Why can't we skip them?
Own speed for the text boxes. JRPGs let me do that. Just be like, throw it on 9. That way I can just mash A if I want. Or X, depending on whatever you're playing.
I mean, I play my JRPGs.
You play your JRPGs wrong.
That's not what Lost Odyssey said.
Fair, because that's actually a game I've wanted to play, but, you know, it's Xbox.
Yeah, back when I first got my 360, it was one of the games that I really wanted to pick up. The 5 Xbox exclusive JRPGs. Lost Odyssey, Blue Dragon, The Last Remnant, Infinite Undiscovery, and Tales of Vesperia.
Yeah, Tales of Vesperia is why I got an Xbox, basically. Oop. What the hell?
How was it?
Sorry, I accidentally smacked my mouse and it was playing the video on Discord. So, sorry about that.
Oh, that's cool. I do have them all now, and 3 of the 5 are backwards compatible on Xbox One now, which is nice. The Last Remnant and Tales of Vesperia are not, but they are just available because of the remasters.
Yeah, I was about to say, at least we have Definitive Edition for Vesperia.
And Last Remnant was ported to PC and then ported back to console. And I've heard the extra power of PC really helped deal with one of its major shortcomings.
Huh.
And then, like, they brought that back to current gen. So I have Last Remnant remastered on PS4. I have Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition on Switch.
Nice. I've heard the Switch version isn't very good, though. Sorry.
Yay, thanks for the subscription, Teak.
Oh, nice.
6 months, wow.
Yeah, that was something I was actually going to mention in regards to the Switch, because I've been playing Neo: The World Ends With You on it. I beat it like 2 weeks ago, and then because I started my job, I haven't touched it until today.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to do the stuff so I can get the secret ending in it. And the amount of times that game has froze or crashed on me while playing makes me realize just how underpowered the Switch is. And I'm playing it docked. I'm not playing it on handheld mode. Because fuck the combat on handheld mode. I have no idea how Meg is doing it on handheld mode, but more power to her. More power to anyone who plays that game on handheld mode. I could not. I also felt like I was going to break my Joy-Cons, and I bought a controller. A wired controller, because I'm not rich. But I bought a wired controller to play the game, because I don't want to break a $70, $80 controller. But yeah, it's making me realize just how underpowered the Switch is. There's no reason that I should have a game freezing every time it tries to load something.
I don't think that's necessarily a case of the Switch being underpowered. I think that's just bad programming.
But see, the problem is, other people I've talked to, they've had the occasional, issue, not just with this game, but with other games, like Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition. Like, the issues I've been having with, Neo, The World Ends With You, are very similar to issues I've heard people having with, Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition and a few other games that are multi-console. But these issues mostly present themselves in the Switch version, but they aren't present in other versions of the game.
I think in that case it's usually a bad port job. And the Switch just kind of gets the shaft and honestly. But when it's done properly, it can be really good. It was definitely kind of a problem for a while with people's stuff.
Womp womp.
It was definitely part of the problem with the Switch for a while of people just why are people putting games on the Switch when the Switch can't run them? But the Switch can run games that are way more than that. It's just bad porting jobs, like the Resident Evil stuff. Remake 0 and RE4 have issues on Switch. RE4 is the most playable. It has frame rate issues at times because it's running at 900p rather than 1080, and it's going for 60 FPS, which is particularly frustrating because it's not a game that was made for 60. It was a game made for 30, but for the ultimate HD version, they put it up to 60. And if it can't maintain 60, why not just put it back down to 30? But then Remake and Zero have loading time issues. The loading times on Remake and Zero especially, are longer on Switch than they are on GameCube.
That is weird.
And it's a bad port job.
Which is unfortunate.
Fuck you.
You say that, and yet that attack didn't finish them off.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to.
I figure if you're gonna be like, fuck you guys, that whatever attack you're gonna do is gonna be the one that just ends them.
Like, there are good switch ports. Alright. There are good switch ports. The problem is more often than not, like, they're just not wanting to take the time for it.
I feel that quote that just popped up might be pretty accurate for what just happened. So far, we are keeping true to the at least 1.5 deaths per stream, it seems. Today's 2 deaths that have happened might be pushing it up, inching it just a little bit closer towards the, 1.75 deaths per stream. So how much time did we lose with that one?
Not long. There was a save point down there that I hit.
That's good. Gotta make sure we're actually making progress today.
I'm really irritated there's a second tunnel. Honestly, after the Ikebukuro tunnel.
No.
It's not really an interesting dungeon design. And then repeating it and just making it longer. The sliding pathways that you can't go back, it's just not.
And this is where we say that they decided they wanted to pad the game.
Which is interesting, because like, we're 50 hours in, it doesn't need to be long. Alright. Yeah, here you go. Yeah, it's not bad.
It's like, thanks for the money, Skullhead. I appreciate it.
No longer than thanks for all the fish. I always hate it.
It's unfortunate.
You keep doing that because it's not going to get anywhere. I don't know. Jeez. We opened this and there was the fight, wasn't there?
It's a bot. Yep, it's a fight.
Alright.
It's just kind of that thing of like you open it up and you're like, I don't know what I expected. So, since we're basically at the end of August, anything you're excited for that's coming out soon, Chrono?
It's really just SMC5, honestly. Oh, no. Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. They finally showed off new gameplay footage and possible release date at Gamescom.
Huh.
And it looks...
Oh, go ahead. I'm still on the fence about Tales of the Arise. Blasphemous, I know, because I like the Tales series. I still need to give the demo a try. Wow. Oh, that's some massive bullshit.
Yep.
Damn.
That's another death.
As I say, you doing okay, Chrono?
I'm just a little tired, honestly.
Well, if you want, we can go ahead and end it here. I don't want you to be exhausted.
Honestly, we're good to keep going. Just about feeling like I want to after that double whammy.
Yeah, there's that too. Because, like, today seems like it's trying to kick our ass.
Yeah.
What you thinking?
Like, is there anything else we can do for a little bit? Head outside a little bit. We can ramble for a little bit, yes.
Unless you'd rather just, like, see if we could go grinding somewhere else in the game temporarily.
Sing me the song of your people.
I'm sorry, Teak. I'm pretty sure you do not want to hear me sing. Grant, on the other hand.
You know what, let's flip this up a little bit. Let me, what we're gonna do, we'll head on to the other... we'll check out Maniac's Chronicle for a second and leave that running in the background just as a little bit of variety.
Mm-hmm. Okie dokie. Let me very, very fast run to the bathroom because I need to pee. Give me like 1 or 2 minutes.
Alright.
Alright, be right back.
We never saw ChanceEm again after that. honestly, like I am a little surprised it took me this long to have an outburst like that with Nocturne when like I had that happen way earlier with Digital Devil Saga. Like my breaking point hit early with Digital Devil Saga. It was the basement of the Solids base with the mass Nekamatas and the death by charm. It peaked. So this is the Maniacs Chronicle version that was released exclusively in Japan. Packaged as a bonus with the special edition of Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner 2 Raido Kuzunoa vs King Abaddon. And the difference is, instead of Dante, you have Raido Kuzunoa from the Devil Summoner series. Interesting thing we found out very early in this this playthrough. The save files are compatible. It's like we started this off, we were supposed to be doing, I don't know if you guys remember because it was a while ago.
I return.
Over 3 months ago at this point. We started with the hard type ROM hack, which it turns out crashes on actual hardware. If you want to play it, you'll have to play that on an emulator. So it's like, okay, I don't have the actual game set up at the minute, so what can we do? Turns out we could continue with Maniacs Chronicle because the save files are compatible. Despite the fact that this is a Japanese release and Nocturne was a US release. Sorry, that was weird.
Hello.
Hey, ChanceEm.
So we are going... We have this version playing up in the background.
Yeah, it's not actually showing Raido at any point.
Yeah, I'm kind of noticing that.
Does it have a second opening? No, it's just one opening.
Huh? Interesting.
Yeah, I was just remarking, like, I'm surprised it's taken me this long to, like, have that kind of outburst of, like, for fuck's sake. And you remember Digital Devil Saga, this happened before you joined us, ChanceEm. That happened in DDS a lot earlier, in the basement of the Solids.
I'm not surprised, to be honest.
Yeah, it was the Nekomatas and the charm spamming.
But it is pretty surprising. It took 26 deaths and how many hours?
The playtime count says like 56 or something, but that won't count the deaths.
So many hours that have disappeared because of dying.
Yeah, it's pretty standard. You know, why don't we take a look at the opening for the first Devil Summon again and get a look at
Alright. They actually show off where Raito comes from.
Yeah. Can I ever show you guys my copies of the Devil Summoner games? I do have them both. Both American copies actually. The second one would have to be American. It was the King Abaddon was not released over here.
That's what I remember, because you've mentioned that before about how the second one was not released in Europe.
And it was cheaper for me to buy both games brand new, sealed, and import them from the US than it was for me to buy a European copy of the first game.
I actually have the game guide for the first Raito Kuzunoa game. I ended up buying it off of eBay like a decade ago or so, give or take. Managed to find a copy for like $10, and I was like, I'm buying that. And it's weird to think about how game guides aren't really made nowadays, and like they've now probably become collector items.
Game guides were cool.
They were. Especially the ones that included like concept art and environment art and stuff like that in the back of it. It felt like a little bit of a bonus, you know?
You know, from what I remember from what little I played of this game, this opening is not very evocative of like the actual tone.
It's not. It really isn't.
Kind of makes me think of Silent Hill's opening. How weirdly upbeat the music for that was.
Like, it's a cool opening, I'll give it that. But the game itself is a lot more, like, subdued compared to this.
Definitely not this colorful.
Definitely not this colorful.
That was weird. It felt like the music faded out like too soon. But it didn't. Like they had sound effects set up for after that. But like that was weird. Yep, this is the third Devil Summoner game. Following Devil Summoner released for the Saturn. And Devil Summoner Soul Hackers. Of course, original Devil Summoner was never released in the West. Apparently there was an intention at one point to localize the PSP release, but that just never happened for some reason. And Soul Hackers was a PlayStation release that got localized for the 3DS port. So the easiest way to get this game, along with like all the SMT games on PS2, is via the PS3 Classics or PS2 Classics on PS3. The issue is like performance issues and also major sound lag, especially for the voice tracks, which I absolutely hate.
Which is another reason why it's kind of sad that PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2 classics aren't on PlayStation 4.
Well, there are PS2 classics, just like a very small number. It's really disappointing that Atlas didn't put any of their games on there. It's like, hey Atlas, do basically zero work. And you know, now that Persona is really popular, the S&T series as a whole is very popular in the West. Basically, zero work. $10 each. And bam, there you go. Easy money.
Yeah. I'm still kind of surprised that Nintendo doesn't have like a DS or 3DS setup for the Switch and just have it be like, oh, this can only be played in handheld mode or something like that. Because the Switch tablet itself is a touchscreen.
Yes.
So, like, I don't get it. There's so many games that would benefit from them actually being able to have a digital port of them in some way, because there's no way to actually play them, and it's like these series are getting more popular as time goes on now. It's just a shame. But it also falls into the thing of, like, especially with Nintendo, they would rather sell you a subscription where you can choose to just play whatever, instead of letting you buy whatever game you would want to buy.
It's always been the problem with Nintendo of how you do things their way. Like, it would cost Nintendo basically nothing to give you the option of, like, subscription and purchase. But they don't. Nintendo demands you do things their way, and it's always been frustrating. Like how most of their games have very few control options. It's like Skyward Sword HD, go back to that. Skyward Sword HD, what's the biggest improvement in that? It gives you the option of playing with proper controls. Something the original game could have had if Nintendo weren't so set in demanding that you play with motion controls.
And I know for the longest time, people are like, oh no, the game wouldn't be... Like, Skyward Sword wouldn't be Skyward Sword without the motion controls. And then, bam. Oh god, whenever I get around to actually playing Skyward Sword HD, I wonder how long it's going to take me to get to the first dungeon. Compared to how long it took me the first time I played it on Wii to get to the first dungeon. Because it took me 10 hours to get to the first dungeon on Wii, trying to get used to those motion controls. But I just remember for the longest time, people were like, Skyward Sword would not be Skyward Sword without motion controls. And the fact that there is now a non-motion control playstyle for it is just...
So adding that option was never a problem. It's like, best example of that kind of thing, RE4 on the Wii. It's like, the Wii controls are arguably the best way to play RE4. It plays so well with them, but it's not the only option. You can play it with a GameCube controller, you can play it with a Wii Classic controller. You have options there, which is the most important thing. Skyward Sword could have always been done without motion controls. I'm sure there was a game years before Skyward Sword that just had a sword mapped to the right analog stick.
You're people that I have heard before say that, by the way, Teak.
Motion controls were never necessary to anything. New Super Mario Bros. Wii with, shake the Wiimote to spin. And every game after that just puts it on the shoulder button. Donkey Kong Country Returns, shake the Wiimote to roll. When it comes out on 3DS, just press the R button to roll. Even before that, press the Y button to roll in Donkey Kong Country.
at the end of the day, motion controls are a gimmick, and I feel some people don't want to admit that. And ultimately, like, if you want to include motion controls for your game, cool, include them. But you should also always include a normal way to play the game.
But it's one of the biggest problems with stuff like Pokemon Let's Go. Demanding that you play with motion controls. So, like, oh, you always have to throw your arm out as if you're throwing a Pokeball. And it's like, why? What does that add? Like, people want to do that, that's fine. It's a dumb gimmick, but if they want to do it, let them do it. But let people play with actual controls. Nintendo gave you that option once with Mario Kart Wii. If you just had the Wiimote, you'd turn it, but if you plug a controller in, you'd play it like a normal game. And would have a major advantage as a result.
I see why Nintendo got rid of it then. They're like, we can't let people have an advantage. Oh, it's like, oh, so does that mean that we need to improve our motion controls? No, it means we need to axe the regular controls.
Part of the issue with Mario Kart Wii was that it was busted anyway. Like, the bikes were broken in that game. I'll get around to this one day. Like, the idea,
One day.
Yeah, the idea was like to go through this and the sequel before Nocturne Remaster came out. That didn't happen.
I feel this year has just been kind of a bust in trying to get some plans to come together.
I don't remember what I was doing. I think Final Fantasy 13 happened in like February.
Sounds about right.
Around for 12 sessions, which is kind of funny to me.
It's so close, could have been 13 sessions, but no.
Yeah, I could have done like an epilogue session of just like running around the Grand Pulse, but like it's so pointless. Okay, here's the final level of the Crystarium now that you've finished the game. Cool, what's the point to it? Run around this large area and do the missions that involve killing enemies. Why?
It's fortunate because, like, it had potential.
FF13 was just a mess. I gave it the second chance doing it again, and it has potential, but it was a mess. So poorly executed. I remember my original playthrough of 13, I came away from it really not liking so much. FF15 was probably worse because I came away from it disappointed. I wasn't disappointed in 13, I just did not like it. 15 I was disappointed with. Because there was a good idea there that was very clearly rushed from the halfway point.
Probably when they were just like, this is gonna be FF13 versus. Oh, just kidding, it's actually FF15 now because we waited too long.
This isn't a bad track, actually.
I believe Meguro did this one too.
Yeah, I think he composed all the PS2 SCP games. You know what, let's end on a Burn My Dread. I like Burn My Dread.
That's a good song.
And one day I'll go back and actually do Persona 3 all the way through.
One day, when the stars align.
I might even drag you back for that, ChanceEm.
Oh shit!
Persona series.
That would actually be. That would actually be fun. I'd be down to go through Persona 3 again.
There will be no answer.
Sorry, but you will not find the answer to your journey.
I mean, honestly, like if you wanted to just yeah, honestly, I like Persona 3's soundtrack. I like a lot of things about Persona 3. Persona 5 focuses Smash focuses a little more on Persona 5 than its soundtrack stuff. I really like a lot of stuff about Persona 3. I don't like the opening that they have for FES.
It feels different.
It spoils is my concern. It's scenes from the game.
That's very true. And it's unfortunate because, like, a lot that's good about Persona 3 is a lot of stuff that you don't see coming.
I think it'd be worth Atlas bringing Persona 3 back, because especially in comparison with 4 and 5, 3 is very surprising. But no, the opening track here, I do quite like. I feel like Persona 3 is just like very underrated compared to 4 and 5.
I feel that might partially be because Atlas milked the hell out of Persona 4. You should just boot up Smash Bros. Ultimate with the soundtrack playing.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, like, Smash focuses like a bunch more on Persona 5.
I mean, it makes sense that it would focus on Persona 5, considering that Joker is the character that was added into it. But it is still kind of, like, sad, because, like, there's a lot more to Persona than just Persona 5.
I forgot
Meanwhile,
how much I really like the menu music for Persona 3. Like, especially in comparison to 4 and 5. Like, just the general piano play. But this opening, like the visuals of this, the video of the opening, suits Persona 3 much better. Probably because it just beats you over the head with the theme of Persona 3. which is Memento Mori. 4 is about reaching to the truth, and 5 is about breaking free of the shackles of society. Fighting society's expectation. And Burn My Dread is a banger. God damn. Have you heard the last battle version of Burn My Dread that was in the Persona 3 movies?
I have not, because I have not been able to actually watch the Persona 3 movies.
Oh, you don't even have to watch it. Just like look up the last battle version from the movies on YouTube. It is a really good version of Burn My Dread. I love the gentle piano piece here. Persona 5 is a little harsher with the trains going in the background and the jazzy beats. Yeah, I don't even remember what Persona 4 was.
I'm trying to remember. I feel like it was.
Yeah, let's just find out.
All right.
I like Persona 4's opening though. The opening bars of it are actually my message tone. The da-da-da-da-da-do, da-da-da-da-da-do. Love it. Wasn't awfully fond of the new opening in Persona 4 Golden.
That's another one that I haven't really noticed because I've never played Persona 4 Golden.
I mean, you got a Vita.
Because it's expensive. And I'm a stickler for getting physical copies.
Mm-hmm. I have a physical copy. Oh yeah, I forgot it was published by Square in Europe.
It was?
Persona 3 was published by Koei.
So weird.
Because Atlas doesn't publish in Europe.
Huh. Find out something new every day.
About so much
Come on, make up every move, don't you know you let it on a junk for them. Try to flip the gold, double cooking on a go, but I know use. Hey, I've been cuisine. Loading. Quick, reach maximum.
Like, looking at the animation for this, sorry, I cut myself off for a moment because I forgot that Rize does the Haruhi Suzumiya dance there. But
oh, this has Shia's original voice as well, I forgot about that.
But this opening animation is actually really nice.
Because Persona 3's anime cutscenes really aren't great. Visually, it feels like they stepped it up with 4.
Yeah. They definitely stepped it up with 4. I do like the animation for Burn My Dread, though, because it's very simplistic.
Yes.
And it fits with the theme of the game. Like, it's more so like a focus on beating, as you were saying, like beating you over the head with theme of the game itself, more so than like, ooh, pretty visuals.
Yes, that's a little more up-tempo piano. Yeah, I really like Persona 3.
The story in this game is over 10 years old now.
Well, the game came out in 2008.
I know, but the story takes place in April 2011.
Ah, that's a good thing. Reach Out to the Truth is also like really good.
Let's do this, Jiraiya! Here.
Can you stand?
Look out!
Here I go! Steady. Protect me, Tomoe!
It's been so long since I actually heard Chie's original voice. Like everything after this, Golden, Arena, the anime, all had like the newer voice actress.
I think the newer voice actress is Erin Fitzgerald.
Probably.
Hang in there! Konohana Sakura!
Come here, Take Nikazuchi!
Honestly, it would be really good to go through 3 and 4 again.
Too weak to fight me!
I know you were mentioning wanting to do Persona 3 Des, then
Oh no,
Persona 4,
no.
Persona 4
FES
Golden.
them. FES and Portable, not the original.
Oh, yeah, that.
Like, there's literally no reason to do the original over FES.
I was wondering if Teak was going to comment on that. Because of Chie's galactic kick, or galactic punt, that she did.
This was my first Persona game. I played this before 3.
I played Persona 3 before I played Persona 4. I actually, with Persona 3 and Persona 4, I have an odd memory with them, because I played Persona 3... I played Persona 3 a few months before Persona 4 came out. And that's what got me into Mega 10, because I saw the tagline, Shin Megami Tensei, and that's what ended up leading me to the rest of the games. But I ended up beating Persona 4 exactly a year from the day that I got Persona 3. And then a couple hours after I beat Persona 4, I actually ended up in the hospital. I was in the ER because I had something inside me that decided it was going to try and rupture. So I was just sitting there like, well, if I die, I at least beat Persona 4.
Yeah.
And like that's like my main memory I have of Persona 4, of like beating the game finally, getting the true ending of it and everything. As I was just like, well, if I die, I at least finally beat this game that I put over 100 hours into.
Jeez, only took me like 85 to do it this time.
Sometimes I would let it play in the background while I was doing work for college. So.
Because I also
it was
played
my
this
first...
in college. It was my second year of college I got this.
It was my first year of college that I got it.
The copy I have now is actually still sealed.
Oh, damn.
I grabbed it a few years ago, back before they started jumping up in price.
A game guide for Persona 4 as well, I believe. It's another one of those weird, small guides, like the Nocturne guide. Got it on clearance for like $10.
Let's do this, Jiraiya. Here.
Can you stand?
Look out.
It's like, I'll always say like how stuff like Mass Destruction's a great theme and Full Player's a fantastic soundtrack.
Protect me tomorrow.
And it's really not to say that 4 has a weak soundtrack, because 4 has a really good soundtrack as well.
Fourth soundtrack is just a lot more poppy.
Yes.
Hang in there. Konohana Sakura.
Come here, Sasuke Nikazuchi.
If there's one thing I would accuse 4 of, it would be being formulaic.
Out of our
All right,
That's fair.
way. Weak to fight me.
shall we move on?
Let's go.
It becomes really obvious, like even without seeing, like watching the opening and stuff, it becomes really obvious who's going to be your next party member.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, who's been kidnapped this time?
It's like who's been kidnapped, but it also looks like some of the other people that are already in our party.
Like 3 is pretty unconventional about doing that. I think 5's probably kind of formulaic with that as well. Though 5 at least does better in introducing some future party members before they're about to join your party. Which was really good, because like 4's really bad about it. Because like
There's only like one character in 4 that they don't do that with. That they actually show up like really early in the game.
Yeah,
They don't show up in the
Naruto.
party until later.
Naruto appears before you get Kanji.
Yep. I was trying to be vague, but
They're all there, honestly. It's one of the problems with games with the anime openings like this, how they just spoil the party members.
honestly, it's not just with the openings nowadays. I feel like companies kind of just spoil it with all the trailers that they release for their games. It's one of the reasons why I'll watch. It's one of the reasons why I'll watch an announcement trailer, but I will probably most likely avoid all the other trailers. I'm like, if you don't catch my attention with the announcement trailer, you're probably not going to catch my attention with another trailer. Unless you happen to have something that's good that will catch my attention. And if you have something that's good that'll catch my attention that's not in the announcement trailer, 9 times out of 10, it is probably supposed to be a huge plot twist in your game.
SNT 5. I watch more trailers for SNT 5 than I usually do.
All I can really say for SMT5 is I've watched 2 trailers for it, and a video about one of the demons. Maybe 2 of the demons. But I'm trying my best, because I don't want to go into SMT5 with high expectations. I don't want to be like, I already know what's going to happen, or I already know who I'll be meeting, you know?
The trailers I've watched for SMT5, the original announcement trailer, the trailer that came out that announced it was going to be out this year, and then like the Japanese trailer for that, which was better, and then there was another trailer, there's like an extended trailer. It was Japanese but subbed in English, but it was different from Japanese. I watched those, and like honestly, the last one, the one that was subbed, was probably the best trailer, but none of them were great. But now, like since then, they've released a trailer featuring characters. And I'm now thinking like that's probably the main thing that was missing, but I haven't watched those trailers.
Yeah, I'm trying my best to avoid them because I'm like, I don't want to know about them before I play the game. I just want you to give me the basic premise, and then let me go explore and figure out this stuff on my own.
Hang in there.
I feel some companies give you too much information in their trailers, and overall it ends up ruining the experience. It's like, I don't want you to hold my hand the entire way through me playing your game. I want you to just be like, here it is, have at it. Like, basically tell me, this is what your starting plot is, so I at least know which direction to go, and then just let me have at it.
I don't know. Like, actual characters is a good thing, because it felt like just the world wasn't all that interesting. And you could argue the same for SMT3. The Vortex world itself isn't interesting, it's the characters and the way they interact. Hey, Titanium! How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Titanium! Nocturne looks different. Nocturne might look just vaguely different. It's not the Nocturne on the screen that matters, it's the Nocturne that's in your heart.
Well, we finished Nocturne for today, we'll say that, Titanium.
Nocturne was being me. And we are tired.
Yeah, you have actually coming around the end, honestly, Titanium. Which is unfortunate. Real Nocturne was the friends we made along the way, that we then killed for their opposing views.
Because, unfortunately, we don't take kindly to extremism.
Yeah, that's basically how it always is, really. With SMT, like the mainline SMT. The people you start off trusting the most are the ones that will decide, hey, or nothing.
The ones that are just like, hey, guess what? Poke. But, I mean, that's also kind of the fun with SMT, is watching all of your friends lose their sanity. That rhymes. The fun with SMT is watching all your friends lose their sanity.
You mentioned previously how, like, Nocturne having the other characters do their stuff off screen, and, like, their character development happens off screen. And so, like, they come back and, like, they've changed because of that. Was kind of interesting. Strange Journey doesn't really do that because all your characters are in an enclosed area together because you're on board the ship. And it's also, like, really interesting in a very different way because you get to know the characters better.
Let's do this, Jiraiya!
And honestly, Strange Journey is really good.
Here I go. Steady. Protect me, Tomoe.
It's just like my Japanese anime, Titanium.
I might pick up Son of Our Royal next time it goes on sale. We'll see.
I could have gotten Persona 5 Royal on sale recently, and I didn't.
Hang in there. Konohana Sakura.
Come here, Sake Nikazuchi!
Like, you can name these personas all you want. I'm not calling them by those really long, multi-syllable names.
Alright, you won!
Too weak to fight me.
Shall we move on?
Let's go.
That was easy.
Like, multiple word names. Anyway, we've probably rambled enough
Shin
now.
Megami Tensei Persona 5, the Royal, the animation, the series,
Well, they didn't call
the milking.
they didn't call Persona 5 SMT 5 outside Japan.
I know, I'm just messing. I was trying to think, it's like, how can I make this title extremely long?
Oh, you forgot to add and Knuckles.
And Knuckles, featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series, also from the Shin Megami Tensei series. Mainline, not Persona.
We are living our lives. Although with so much information.
The Knuckles and Knuckles and Knuckles Maniacs edition.
Come on, let go of the remote. Don't you know you let it on a junk?
Yeah, let's wrap it.
Try to stop the road, but cooking on a go, but
It has been long enough.
I think it has been.
Yep. So I want to thank everyone for joining the stream. Yeah, we really appreciate the support. Big special thank you to everybody in the chat, Lino, Teak, and ChanceEm. Chat is always the best part of the stream. Thank you so much for joining us. And of course, super big special thank you to ChanceEm for joining me on the mic once again.
Thank you so much for having me. I very much appreciate it.
ChanceEm, you have to give yourself a shout out because my OBS is frozen again.
Ah, damn. Making me do my own work. How dare you?
The whole thing in Sonic Mania of letting you do Knuckles and Knuckles, the best part of that was that it was a secret. Like that was...
I still need to get Sonic Mania.
It's good. It's a good game. And like, if you remember my opinion on Sonic going through for the marathon, like me saying Sonic Mania is a good game should really mean something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the end of your Sonic marathon, you were also losing your sanity.
Oh,
You're like,
fucking-
nope, we're done.
Biolism is an absolute bullshit.
Yeah, you say it was free on Epic, Teak, but I like my physical copies, and I found out that Sonic Mania Plus has a physical copy, so I have to get that copy at some point.
And you're not a PC gamer.
Shame, I'm not a part of the master race. Sorry to disappoint. It's more so the fact that my computer is 11 years old and I'm poor as shit, so it's easier for me just to have console. And you say it's free on PlayStation Plus, Titanium, but I'm poor as shit.
I just got PS Plus back this week. Now I can do Bloodborne. What would me not doing Bloodborne?
Let's do this, Jiraiya! Here.
Can you stand?
Look out!
Here I go! Steady. Protect me, Tomoe!
Go! Kitoki Doji!
Hong Sukuna Hikuna!
The problem is that would require me to actually have bootstraps.
That's your problem, you gotta buy some.
Support my GoFundMe, buy me bootstraps.
Hang in there! Konohana Sakuya!
Come here!
I know you're not Titanium, we're good.
Got buying your avocado toast and your Truffle Deluxe lattes.
The funny thing about that is I am allergic to both avocado and toast. I have a gluten allergy, and I found out I was partially allergic to avocado because when I got my dairy allergy, I was like, well shit, what will I put with tacos and stuff? And I was like, let's try some guacamole, and then I got sick. So, I cannot have avocado toast unless you would like me to die.
I mean, we've got to finish Nocturne first.
I cannot have the suicide avocado toast until Nocturne is finished.
Anyway.
That's how Nocturne ends. I have suicide avocado toast.
Anyway. Once again, I want to thank everyone for joining the stream. I really appreciate the support. Big special thank you to everybody in the chat. Chat's always best part of the stream. And a big special thank you to ChanceEm for joining me on the mic.
Thank you for having me.
Is there anything you want to say before we go, ChanceEm? Plug, do whatever.
Be safe. Make bad decisions.
Get 8 hours of milk. Don't do school.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately we have to be proper adults and have jobs and stuff. Titanium, it sucks.
Yeah, I fucking hate that. Hey, can't go to Texas without one.
Again, I'm sorry.
I'm not. Worth it.
As long as it's worth it, then I wish you the best of luck.
Totally worth it. Alright, let's get out of there.
Thank you, everyone, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe.
Don't do school.
And yeah.
Don't do school as we're looking at Persona.
Persona should be the reason why you don't do school.
Yeah. I wanted to join the culture club.
Culture club? I thought you said cult. Or club. They decided to let you just join the cult instead of the club.
Well, that explains the shaved heads. Alright, let's get out of there. Thank you all for watching, guys. Have yourselves a fantastic time of day, and take care. We'll catch you next time.
See ya.
Bye.